On this week's weekly video fishing forecast, we're going to have some rig tying, fly tying, how to replace that guide, some exciting events coming up, reports, and a special look at fishing with the guys from NLBN down in Miami.
The Fishing News is sponsored by these fine partners. The Long Island Boat and Fishing Show is back at the Nassau Coliseum, March 15th through the 17th. Long Island's best boat and tackle dealers will be there with huge savings, free parking all weekend, and Friday free admission for first responders and military. For boat show information, visit nyboatshows.com.
Today is the 22nd of the month, and as far as the fishing news goes, there's not much new stuff going on, but I did hear that right now New York is in talks with Connecticut to try and get on the same page for those 2024 and 2025 fluke regulations. They're looking at option 5, trying to get on the same page, but as a backup, option 2 might be that backup option, but more to come with that. We'll see what happens. We are about a week away from the March issue of the Fisherman magazine, but if you missed the February issue, didn't get all that good content in there, we do have rod building, plug building, striper tagging with the Fisherman and gray fish tag, and much more. Take a look at that if you didn't get all that content yet. Hey, we do have a new giveaway this week at the Fisherman magazine. We are giving away a 1-year subscription to the magazine for the first viewer of the weekly video fishing forecast to tell us the location of this old photo. Email me at mbroderick@thefisherman.com with the business that is currently occupying this location. Good luck, and we'll have an answer for you for the winner next week. Staying along the theme of rod building, I'm sure you've seen the rod building features that have come out so far and the ones that are expected in the next issues of the Fisherman magazine. Jenni Ackerman shows us how to replace a guide that may be broken on your fishing rod.
Hi everyone, welcome to this week's Open Boat. So we're continuing our winter workbench series here, and I'm going to be going over something really important. Have you ever had a time where you're casting your favorite plug and you go to cast and you let it go and all of a sudden, poof, your line snaps and you're like, what just happened? So you bring in your line and you see that it wasn't your knot, it was your braid. What happened? I don't know. The amount of times that I've had customers come in to like Grumpy's and address this with me, it's insane. So this is why I'm here, to help you guys out in solving this problem. So the one main factor is to check your guides. It's so easy to nick a guide. You can hit it against something, drop your rod on the rocks. The ceramic inlay in that guide can chip, which can cause your braid to snap and you can lose your favorite plug. So if this keeps happening and you've checked everything else, you've checked your reel, you've checked your knots and everything, make sure you check your guide. So you can use like a little X-Acto knife here, and you're just gonna run the X-Acto knife through all your guides as you check. So by doing this, you should feel just constant, smooth with the blade as you're running it through. No little nicks or stops or anything. If you do feel a nick in your guide, that means you have a chip in the ceramic, and that is why your line is breaking. So another factor of checking your guides is when you replace the guides. So you can either take it to a rod shop or one of your buddies that builds rods that can fix it for you, or you can do it yourself. But with guide selection, there's a ton of different options, but the guides I like to use when I build my rods are Fuji guides. And all these guides and rod building components are available on Angler's Resource, so make sure you check them out for all your rod building needs. So why do I like Fuji? I like Fuji because they are well-designed guides that cover a wide variety of fishing rod applications. They have a very specific guide height and ring per size, like every single size is specific, which allows you to have a perfect rod for spinning and casting. Top-notch fit and finish. So literally while you're building a guide or a rod itself, all you have to do is tape the guide on that blank, wrap it and epoxy it, and you're ready to go. No need to change anything or adjust it. Of course, you gotta do your guide alignments, but with Fuji guides, you're all set and ready to go once that's epoxied on there. And they have those perfectly smooth ceramic rings that reduce heat and stress on fishing line, which eliminates fishing line failure while fighting the largest of fish. So definitely consider Fuji guides as an option when you're building a rod, if you have to replace guides, or if your buddy's building you a rod. Say, hey, I want to try out some Fuji guides. And if you can spend the extra bucks, definitely get yourself some titanium guides, because oh boy, that rod is going to be super nice and light if you have those guides on there. So stay tuned. Next week, we're going to be doing another winter workbench on rod repairs. So I will see you in next week's open boat.
So last weekly video fishing forecast, I shot my video from Miami. I was there for the boat show, but more importantly, I was there to see the guys from NLBN. That's no live bait needed. These guys, they have some great soft plastic baits. We checked out their headquarters, showed us some new stuff that's in the works right now. I did mention that some of this stuff may apply to weak fish fishing back home over here. Real exciting. That's going to be coming out in the later spring. But hey, we shot some video together of me snook fishing with these guys. We had a good time. Check it out.
Miami is a fishery. It's an urban sprawl like you see, but there's still a lot of game fish out here. Giant tarpon. In any of these little backwater canals or even in the bay, you got all the shrimp boats out here, so we're still getting a healthy shrimp flush. Biscayne Bay, just 20 miles south. You run over there, you get bonefish, snook, you get all of the inshore fish. So it's beautiful. We'll probably be by ourselves out there.
Yeah, this is definitely something that I'm not used to fishing. It's more back home. It's kind of quiet in the back bays, and you know, you're not surrounded by a setting like this. It's different, but it's also very cool because you don't know what you're going to catch. You know, there could be giant tarpon here, giant snook. So there's a lot of potential in a place that seems so crowded and, you know, congested otherwise. But we're excited. We're going to see what we can get.
That little dark spot back there.
Yep.
See where it gets nice and dark? Yes, there. Oh, that's it. Got a feeling about that one. Look at the birds out there. It's shaping out to be better than last night.
Third cast, I got a nice fish on, so I think I'm liking it. I was just saying, I was like, oh, there's some pretty nice sized tarpon here, I think. It looks interesting. Third cast. We were talking earlier about how these fish, they fray right through the leader sometimes. And,
yep.
I mean, you can see right there, directly right through it.
Yep.
But we got 2 jumps out of her and it was a great fight. So
yeah, 60-pound leader. I think we're gonna get a few more shots here. So
yeah, another one. Yeah.
So, like the age-old saying goes, elephants eat peanuts.
As we just proved.
Yes, yes.
We started off on the front porch of a house, you know, outside, open air, pouring these baits, pouring the jig heads, painting all the jig heads ourselves, and we did that for the first 2 years of the business. We really spared no expense, from the hook to the 3/16 stainless steel screw lock in there to the 3D eyes that we used. We really spared no expense to make the best product possible. One of our philosophies at NLBN is we make fishing lures that we need that don't exist, period.
Yeah, they're so snook.
That might be a slot, my friend.
I see.
Yes, sir. Please.
Oh, we just cast up against the rocks over here. Jose said there was a couple fish sitting there and a couple pops on this little jig. Wanted to sink down a little bit, and nice size snook took the bait. Beautiful fish.
Yes, sir.
All right. Time to send her back.
That's talking. I put the light on?
Yeah, you can turn the light on.
And now what I'm hearing with the striper guys, them being able to get 20, 30, 40 fish off of one plastic, you know, that's kind of music to my ears. So unintentionally, we made even a better striped bass lure than we even did a snook and tarpon lure.
He had in his stomach.
Whoa!
Oh wow!
Wow!
All right. So you know what they're eating. All right. Better fish. Slots fish.
Yeah, so we just same technique, cast them right up against the rocks over here with these little NLBN shrimp tails. Let it drop. This fish was right on the bottom. As soon as it hit the bottom, popped it up. He sucked it right down, and nice sized fish.
Heck yeah.
We're still in the winter. It's a great time of year to tie some rigs. How about a sea bass rig for fishing those sea bass on the wrecks? Sea bass fishing is super popular come the summertime, the fall, and the winter. I'm going to show you guys how to tie a quick and easy high-low rig for sea bass. So first, I'm going to start with my piece of monofilament right here. You could use 30, 40, even 50-pound test. It's totally up to you, but I'm just using 30 right here. Make it your own. All right, so I'm going to start with my first dropper loop. I'm going to leave a little excess here for my sinker loop at the end so I can make exactly the length I want it. So we're going to do a dropper loop first. 1, 2, 3, 4. Pull it through. Okay, that's one dropper loop. I'm going to go up about a foot, foot and a half. We'll do a second dropper loop. 1, 2, 3, 4. Use your teeth, pull it through. Okay, we got 2 dropper loops. Now we're going to go to the end over here. This is where our sinker loop is going to go. It's just a double overhand. That's about good for the sinker loop. One, 2. Pull that tight. We're all set there. Now we're going to give us a little excess to tie on the barrel swivel. Cut that. Barrel swivel gets tied on the end. I like a clinch knot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Go back through. Wet that. I like to take one of the hooks, pull through with this. Trim off your tag end. Now we're going to put the hooks on our rig. We have 1 dropper loop. That's 1. That's 2. All in about a minute. Sea bass rig.
For more than 20 years, anglers everywhere have come to know one thing, that nothing says no to fish bites.
We got an event almost every weekend in March. Let's take a look at them. First, starting off is the Empire State Outdoor Sportsman Show. This is at the Rockland Community College in Suffern. It's not the Suffern Show. It's another show in the same location. That show is from the 29th to the 3rd of March. Then, huge show. Ward Melville High School Seminar and Fundraiser. That is March 2nd. The doors open at 8:30. There's going to be some seminars, panel of experts, a ton of tables, tackle, maritime art, much, much more. Contact Bob Wilson at 631-730-4900 for more information. Then also on March 2nd, Marine Mates in Lindenhurst. They're going to be hosting their boating season kickoff. They're doing breakfast. Stop by for donuts, coffee, bagels, talk some boating and fishing with the crew down at Marine Mate. Lindenhurst Spring Fishing Flea Market is going to be on March 10th at the Fireman's Pavilion. A lot of used stuff, a lot of new stuff. It's going to be from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. For more information, call 732-381-2165. Then we have the Saltwater Fishing Expo. That's in New Jersey at the Convention Center in Edison, New Jersey. It's from Friday through Sunday. Go to sportsshows.com for more information. The Long Island Boats and Fishing Show is at the Nassau Coliseum. That'll be from the 15th through the 17th. For more information on that, go to nyboatshows.com. Then we have the annual Long Island Fly Fishing Show. This is Paul McCain's event. Great event if you're a fly fisherman or looking to get into it. It's at the Radisson Hotel in Hauppauge from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. Call 516-316-3640 for more information on that. Then at the end of the month, we have the Fisherman's Flea Market located at the American Legion Babylon Post at 22 Grove Place in Babylon from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. Over 40 tables of new and used fishing stuff, one-on-one talks with the experts, door prizes, and a 50-50 sailfish fishing contest. You can purchase tickets at fishermanfleamarket.com. Hey, we're over at the Fisherman magazine booth at one of the local shows. We're going to be at all the shows, events, flea markets, most of them going on Long Island. You sign up for the Fisherman magazine at any of these events, we'll give you a free Tsunami iPop popper, as well as a $20 gift card to Surehold Products. It's great for the boat, car, cleaning supplies. $30 value for the $30 subscription to the magazine. You can't beat it. We'll see you at one of these events. All right, let's head over to the reports map. We're going to see what's going on. We got a couple different reports going on that I got in this week. All right, to start off, I did speak to Mike over at Saltwater's Tackle and Ice Slip. He gave me some positive white perch reports up to 2.5 pounds. Those were in the central South Shore creeks, Connecticut, all those Lindenhurst creeks, Babylon creeks. They were doing very well. He did say that one of the top baits were whole night crawlers fished under a float or on the back of a jig head. He said those bigger fish were hitting those whole night crawlers. Did mention that grass shrimp are working pretty well also. Trout, once again, active at Connecticut State Park for fly fishing only. Again, Carmine from Campsite, Paul McCain, the guys over at J&J Sports in Patchogue, they all told me the same thing. Rainbow trout, brook trout, all responding well. On the warmer days, they're getting some dry fly bites as well, so you can get them come up on that top water dry fly. But for the most part, midges, streamers, woolly buggers, stuff like that has all been consistently producing. The king cod ran a trip early in the week. They did all right with the cod. They had some pollock in the mix too. They're sailing pretty regularly. Keep an eye on their Facebook for more information. And the Viking is running a Nantucket bottom fishing trip at the end of the month. Notoriously, these trips have been very productive for an array of different species, including cod, pollock, ling, and whatever else they can catch. Keep an eye out for openings on that trip as well. If you do have a notable catch, email me at mbroderick@thefisherman.com, and I'll try and get that photo into the magazine or the weekly video fishing forecast. From the Fire Island area in Great South Bay, let's check in with Captain Al Lorenzetti.
Hey Matt, Fire Island report. Finally we're getting to do a report here. It's been a pretty miserable winter and snow on the ground, but there's some white perch being caught. Connecticut River's really hot, and a few actually by Taco Bell and Lindenhurst and below the falls at Argyle in Babylon. So, you know, you get some worms, or you can buy, you know, if you can get some grass shrimp, and then of course artificials, little jig heads with a little rubber shad on it, tiny stuff, that'll all work. So that's about what's going on now, Matt, and that's it. We'll get back to you when something else happens.
From Riverbay Outfitters, Paul McCain has a report and shows us how to tie another fly.
Hey guys, this is another one of my favorite saltwater patterns. Fly tied, and I tie it just like one of my favorite fly tiers, and that was Jack Garside. When I used to go to all the shows and watch him tie, he was magnificent. His flies are simple and effective, and that's what I like. Something simple and easy. And he wrote it several different books. This is one of his books that he did, and this fly is called the Fish Head. As you can see, it's made with his braid. It's very easy, very durable, easy to cast. So let's get to the vise and tie us up one. Well, this is what, like I said, one of my favorite patterns. It's easy to tie, durable, and it was tied by, like I said, one of my favorite tires. And you know what? I've been very successful with this fly. It casts super easy, and I've caught bluefish, stripers, weakfish, and even fluke with this fly. So let's get and tie it. First thing we're going to do is we're going to debarb. I'm using a 1/0 hook, but you can tie this at all different sizes. And I'm going to debarb this hook. And I like to use pliers to do that. Now you could use any brand you want. I'm using a Lightning Strike right now, but you could use any brand that you feel comfortable tying with. So first thing to do is I'm going to start my thread in the middle. And before we get there, I'm using white flat wax nylon 210. It's very heavy. And in this fly, we're going to actually make a tail out of saddle hackles and some bucktail. And the head is going to be this tubing that we're going to use. And I'm going to put a little flash on using some Flashaboo. Right? And then for eyes, we're going to use some fabric paint. This fabric paint right here. So we tie it. We're going to tie on our tail first. I'm going to take about 4 saddle hackles. Now you can tie this in all different colors. It could be white, green, anything, yellow. Yellow's a good color. So is pink. And I'm trying to get 4 saddle hackles that are roughly the same, have the same shape. And you don't have to be perfect, and they don't have to be laid out perfect, because I find that they fish better when they're ratty looking. So, and I'm going to tie this down with the fluff on. That keeps it from spinning around. I'm going to reach in there and cut that off. And I'm going to tie this down. Yeah, that looks good. That looks good. Now I'm going to take a couple of strands, bring my thread forward. Take off a couple strands. And I'm going to tie them in the middle. And holding the strands on the side, I wrap back. So they lay there. And then I'm going to take these strands and wrap back. So they're both on the sides. And I'm going to take a small bunch of bucktail, and I'm taking it from the top of the tail. like that. And I'm going to pull out all the soft and short fibers. And I push them, and now I'm going to put another bunch on the other side. A lot of static electricity here. And I want them roughly the same length. These will keep the hackles from fouling around the hook. And I'm going to tie it off. I'm going to take some of my tubing and I'm going to measure out roughly about 3 inches. Roughly. I reach in there and grab it and tie it down really good. And I'm going to do a little whip finish here. And cut off my thread. Now I'm going to push this back right over top. Just like that. Boy, it has a nice, really nice look to it. And right behind the hook eye, I'm going to lasso it again. And tie that off. Now, I'm going to put 1/2 hitch in because I don't want to cut the thread. And I take in there with my scissors as close to that thread as I can while cutting it. And I cut right along the bottom. That way I can pull this up like that and really clean it up. I'm going to clean up that head. And do a whip finish. Let me clean it up a little bit more. Reattach. Jesus, that's giving me a hard time. Clean this up. There you go. All right, now, at this point, if you want to, you could use magic markers. This material takes them really well. And same with the feathers. Just run it right across the back. I'm not going to do that, but you can. This one I'm going to leave just as is, but I'm going to put eyes on it. Now, I use fabric paint. Why? Because when I put it on, it gets into the weave of this head, and when it dries, it really becomes really bonded. It won't. I've never had one fall apart. This stuff works really well. Just and just a little bit. And you could use all different colors. There. And now I'm going to let it dry. And when it's done, I'm going to come back with a little black and put the pupa in. It's a super, super, super fast fly to tie, durable as anything. I've caught a lot of fish on these. I really enjoy, first of all, they're easy to cast. So until next week, tie lines, everybody.
Ben Gilmour has the latest from Cape, Costa Rica.
Guys, how's it going? This is Ben Gilmour from down here in Costa Rica, enjoying another beautiful sunset here on the Pacific coast. This week's fishing report, guys, we got a really strong billfish bite happening out there right now. Just today aboard my boat Good Day, we released 8 sailfish, big Pacific sailfish in the 70 to 100 pound range. Just epic fishing. Just the other day we had the ladies tournament of the year down here at Marina Pez Vela. Absolutely insane weekend. 700 sailfish released by the fleet, 9 blue marlin and plenty of dorados and a few tuna also. Just hitting the scales the last couple of days, there was an 88 pound yellowfin tuna and an 83 pound yellowfin tuna for Gypsy Girl, one of our new charter boats here in the marina. Along the beaches and the rocks, we had some really nice rooster fish, some 20-30 pounders running right now. Some Cubera snappers have been getting caught, along with bluefin, trevally, triple tail, jacks and mackerel as well. Over the last week, we had some epic snook fishing. There was a 38 pound snook weighed the other day and lots of other fish in the 20 to 30 pound range as well. When are you guys coming down to see us? We're waiting here, Marina Pez Vela. Just check out the beautiful project that we have here. Come on down and see us. We are ready, my friends.
Hey, please remember to like our video, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and tap on the bell to be notified instantly when we do post a new video on our YouTube. Please do support our correspondents and contributors. They do a lot for us. Check out their social media pages and their websites as well. Keep in mind, this video is available as a podcast on iTunes and Google Podcast. Search for the Fisherman Magazine podcast and subscribe so you can listen to this broadcast along with our other content. We got white perch, freshwater trout, and some potential cod fishing trips on the horizon. Get out there while you can. We're almost into the month of February. Things will be kicking off really soon. But until next week, we'll see you then.